Well, we certainly want to see effective charter schools.
Absolutely.
And of equal importance, when we identify the ones that are effective, we want to give them the ability to grow, as has seemed to have been the case for your school. You have over 2,000 students within your charter school network, which is, not a small amount. And often one of the biggest challenges that even high performing charter schools have in those early years is being able to scale, to take that model that was effective for a small population and make it effective for a larger one so that you can serve more students effectively. Can you give us some of the school leaders out there, give us some advice on how your school has been able to manage that growth, and some suggestions for the other principals out there on how they can do it similarly?
Yeah, that's a great question. So that was I can tell you first that when I wrote the charter application, my original application was for a secondary school, grade 6 through 12. I wrote the charter for 676 students, grade 6 through 12. Open the doors with 100 kids, 10 teachers, or 10 staff, I should say, not even teachers, 10 staff.
Wow.
In 2012. 10 years later, as you shared, we're over 2,000 students. And really what happened was the demand was there. It was the path somewhat unfolded because the demand was there. We found that 85-90% of our incoming students were not proficient in reading or math upon arrival. So the need was far greater than I think what we anticipated. So our first move was to go backwards, get approval to open elementary. So it was odd growth because most schools start elementary and scale up, right?
I was just thinking that, yeah.
Backwards, right? So sometimes people are like, why did you do it that way? I'm like, well, it wasn't really the plan, So we did that. And then we had at one point in time a wait list of over 1,000 students. And so that's where, we looked at the replication, and we are the first school in the state of New Mexico that's ever replicated. So there is no legislation or statute or anything around replication. So it was risky, but there was such a demand that we did it. And it was one of those ready, fire, aim type things. We launched and we adjusted, tried to figure out like how to navigate it. So, my advice, I think that, I mean, there's so many things, but the first thing is I think we're so mission driven that the path, a lot of people ask me, how did you plan to do everything? I know it's probably not the best advice answer, but it's the truth. And, it's the authentic truth is the need was there. The demand for the need was there. And so we figured it out. That's really the truth of what happened. Right. And I think when you stay really zoomed in on the mission, I know it sounds a little just kind of cliche and out there, but you can't fail if you stay zoomed in on the mission. And I think that that's one of the things that's really helped us to be successful is that at no point in time have we lost sight of the mission of the school. And, the other thing is to me, the sustainability, one, success leaves clues. Right? You have to talk to folks who have done this and who have been successful. Doesn't mean you have to do it just like they did it, but you have to talk to people, right? So I think that we really, we went and visited other schools and we talked to folks to ask, what have you done? What works? Recognizing that certain things that work in New York City do not work here. We don't have the same resources. We don't have the same talent pool. There are certain things that are different, right? But I think you can take key ideas from other places, bring them, and use them rather than starting over again. There's so much evidence out there of what works. You just apply it to your setting and just make the tweaks to it to make it work.